Wolves and Everton are fighting to survive in the Premier League. If it wasn't for the three promoter clubs being so bad, they could be relegated this season. But their luck is in as Dan and I have become their new managers. And we have brought with us some Tycoon Takeover owners. So using this up-to-date database, it is our job to first off survive with them in Season 1. But then, 4 years after, to see how far we can take these two clubs. But the winner will be the manager who accumulates the most points using our point system. Dad, here we are then at the end of January in our first season at Everton and Wolves.
Yeah, it's a bit different taking over in January, isn't it?
Yeah.
So both teams were in a bit of problems, so yeah, it was fair enough. See if we can get them out of it.
With some Tycoon takeovers as well to make it a little bit interesting. Obviously, both teams have changed their manager rather recently.
Yeah.
And Everton have recently also got a new board in. So to make it kind of fun, we've given each other a Tycoon takeover and we're going to see how this one plays out. Now, players that I have brought in this summer, I have brought in just 2. And I think looking at Wolves' side, it's not actually that bad. I think they just need better defenders. So that's what I did. I brought in 2 defenders. One was Juan Foyth, who was, of course, Tottenham player before, moved to Villarreal. Cracking player, 26-year-old Argentinian, can play at right back, can also play centre back. But I think a really good deal for just £36 million.
Yeah.
Alongside him, coming in on the 29th of January, very late on in the window, was Edmund Tapsoba. If I manage to keep my job, that's the guy that I can keep for the remainder of the 5 years.
Very good defender.
Although he does have £90 million release clause for clubs in the Champions League. But let's hope nobody comes in for him for £99 million.
There's only going to be a couple of players, their teams that can afford that anyway, so.
That's true. One of them would be us.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tapsoba joins as well. He's only 24. Very good defender. That's 2 good defenders, I think. That improves this Wolves team. And I'm kind of rocking with what they're playing right now. I thought let's go very similar to what they are playing right now. I've enjoyed a 3 at the back recently. Let's see how this one plays out. So the best 11 does, of course, have their star man Cunha, who I think is due a big upgrade when the next FM comes out because he looks fantastic already, but he's way better in real life. We've got Sarabia in there. Ait Nouri, again, I think somebody will get a little bit better. João Gomez and Andre in centre mid. That's 2 really young Brazilian midfielders that could potentially grow and develop into quality players for us. Then we've got Tapsoba and Foyth alongside Dawson, of course, the experience of Craig Dawson in there at the back. Now, wing-backs are very crucial in this tactic, and I think I've got 2 really good ones who are fairly attacking. But so far, I haven't had the best of times. Now, we took over midway through the season. My first game was that Newcastle 1-0 loss, then lost to Chelsea. But that's 2 difficult fixtures. I then won against West Brom in the FA Cup 4th round. Let's have a look at you, Dow, because you've actually played more games than me so far. So you get a gist a bit better of how your tactic is played out.
Yeah.
And to nobody's surprise whatsoever, Dad spent more money than me. Now, we did actually fix it so we had the same amount in the transfer budget, but Dad, you had way more in the wages, which allowed you to, of course, bring in a player extra or 2. Angel Gomez was the last player you brought in, funny enough. £34 million from Lille. Good player.
He is, yeah. I just wanted a sort of good attacking player, plays in quite a few of the positions that I'm going to use. So 23 as well. So
homegrown too.
Yeah.
Because of course he would come from the Manchester United Youth Academy. Francis Coquelin.
Good free transfer, really. Good solid midfield player as well.
You know what I'm going to say?
He ain't an Arsenal player, is he?
Ex-Arsenal.
Oh, God. Oh, he played 105 times for Arsenal, didn't he?
The fan base continues. Chancellor Mbemba for £23 million.
Another good solid defender, I felt, really.
Ex-Newcastle.
I don't think he'll last me the 5 seasons, but
he's 29.
For now,
as soon as he hits 31, you'll bin him off.
For now, he's perfect for what I need.
Yeah.
On the right-hand side. I don't need the left-hand side. I've got
Branthwaite,
yeah, on the left-hand side. So all good there, really.
Haidara joins the club.
This is one of my sort of proper signings in it. Is a squad player. He plays in all sort of different positions, really. But still a good midfield player, though, and plays in both the positions that I'll probably be playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, Borja Mayoral, £26 million from Getafe.
You know what I like with the Premier League? I like to go 3 up front sometimes. So while I can get him at that price, I thought I'll get him in. He's a good striker, really. So 26. I could still have him for the 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. You haven't gone for the 3 up front yet, but it gives you options.
Yeah.
You've gone for 3 in midfield there. I mean, I guess we're at a point at the minute where you don't want to risk really going for it.
I mean, we're not in a good position in the league, so I've just got to sort of keep what I've got, try and pip the odd goal, sort of 1-0 and 2-0 things like that, and I'll be happy with that. All this season for us really is to survive, I think, really. We can survive this season, stay in the league, we go for it next season, I think.
The way you're talking, Junior be the perfect manager to take this over is Sean Dyche.
I mean, when you look at his career at Everton, I don't think he done bad because he came in at a bad time and he kept them there.
Yeah.
They got the next step now, and they've got the manager in to take them to the next step, I feel. But yeah, I don't mind. What, you don't think David Moyes is to take him to the next step?
Well, no, because he kind of like almost finished his career, isn't he?
Well, I still think.
And West Ham wasn't going to use him to take him into the next step of their career.
He's Everton through and through. I think.
Can't see him staying there that long.
But be honest with you, myself, really, I think he's the middle one. You got Sean Dyche,
the transitional manager.
Yeah. He'll bring him through and transfer into the new stadium as well and all that. Get him to a certain level, mid-table, comfortable mid-table team. Push him for sort of the odd cups now and again.
So in wrestling terms, everybody, he's the Iron Sheik. Because you need to get the title on Hulk Hogan. Whoever Hulk Hogan's going to be, hopefully it's not as racist as Hulk Hogan, but you need to get the title off of the other babyface, Sean Dyche, who everybody loves. So you pass it over to David Moyes for a bit of an interim moment there, and then it gets put on to your Hulk Hogan, whoever that may be.
I mean, I agree with you. I think he'll only be there 3, maybe 4 seasons.
No, I don't think he's going to be there that long at all.
Don't you? Well,
no.
I think he will. I think he'll do well. I mean, the next season when they're in the new stadium, I could just see him being that's going to be a really good season for him, and I think that'll put him into the following season.
I don't know. We'll see.
A lot of hype for them next season.
I do like David.
I really hope that they do make it in the Premier League for next season.
Yeah.
It'd be such a shame for them to be relegated and moving into the new stadium. So.
Well, I think it's almost impossible to be relegated when you've got the three clubs coming up are always just as bad as the ones. So let's have a look. You started off, your first game was the Tottenham game there. So a 2-1 loss to Tottenham, unfortunately. But then a win against Aston Villa is a cracking victory as well at home.
Pleased with that result,
That's one way to win your fans over. You knock out Ipswich, but then this.
My fans would be happy with that.
I
know it's at home, but that's still a good result the way we are at the moment and the way Liverpool.
Jordan Pickford 8.7. I mean, on this, Liverpool, of course, would be running away with the lead. They're 4 points now. They've already lost the ground that they had on Arsenal because they had a couple of games in hand when we took this over. And Arsenal have pulled it back to 4 points, and Newcastle, to be fair to them, but they have played a game more. And Chelsea's still knocking around there as well. But as you can see from the league table, I've actually dropped into the relegation zone. Leicester have somehow won a game. So I need to make sure that doesn't stay that way. So let's simulate this first season and see if I can survive, as well as Dad, who is 21 points to 16. Should be okay. Alright, Dad. Good season because we both finished away from the relegation zone. 36 points and 42. So
happy with that. That's what we wanted to do.
Some shocking things happened, though, in this league, which I think we need to address. Arsenal won the league. Liverpool finished in 4th. They well and truly threw it away.
Newcastle come second. I mean, that's a big surprise as well.
Brighton finishing down in 15th.
Yeah.
I can't remember where they were when we took over.
I've got to say it. Spurs finishing in 6th.
Yeah,
well,
they
happy
did
with that
really
because
well
I can't see that happening at all this season.
No, United down in 12th. I'd be buzzing with 12th. But there we go. So some crazy things have happened in this Premier League since we've joined. We haven't got any top goal scorers or anything because the statistics when you download these things, and people are going to ask, where'd you get it? Just Google it. Honestly, it is not hard to find Football Manager real life results database. But some people act like they've never heard of Google. The amount of messages I get, where'd you get this from? Where'd you get that from? Just Google it first. It's honestly going to be quicker than you finding my social media messaging me. As much as I enjoy the messages, I don't. Honestly, it's really not that difficult. But anyway, before I lose my frag, alright, it's people like you.
What?
Yeah, who don't know how to use technology.
It probably is.
How'd you get this database? Just Google it. Genuinely, it's not hard.
Well, I think
results.
I think the problem is, speaking from experience, yeah, I can understand you saying just Google it. It's how you get it from being Googled to on your computer.
Yeah, but
that to me is like woof.
Once I've told them where it is, I can't get that onto their computer.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have no chance of doing it.
Well, of course you wouldn't. No, you'd
I ain't
be
got a computer.
Oh, Luke, put this on? Yeah. But anyway, by the by, we've survived. We're all good. Let's have a look at the other competitions because at that point we were still in it. Let's see. No. 4th round by Millwall, which was obviously already a foregone conclusion. But 5th round by Brighton and Hove Albion for me in the FA Cup. Never mind. Dad, yourself, though, let's have a look at competitions. Quarter-final by Manchester United.
Done by the 2 Manchester sides.
Yeah. Goals-wise, I mean, again, it's not going to be that much. So you got 11 there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which isn't too bad.
No.
Considering, obviously, that's out of the 18 games that you've had.
Yeah.
And then 8 from Borja Mayoral, who you've obviously just brought in. And then myself, I think Strand Larsen's probably my only hopes of getting oh, good God, this is bleak. 5 goals there. And Sarabia with 3 with 5 assists. Oof. So we held on.
We've both got a bit of work to do, I think.
Yeah, oh, definitely. So we need money to do that. Now that we have Tycoon Takeovers, 77 million. Do you know what? I'm happy with that.
Yeah, your wage budget's massive as well. So.
Yeah. I am happy with that.
Good.
And again, people are going to ask, how'd you get Tycoon Takeovers? Pre-game editor. Genuinely, it's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. Everton, you got yourself £65 million, Dad. So I think I've got a little bit more because of the wage budget, but you have more than me in the January. So it's kind of evened itself out so far because we've even put the same bank balances and everything. But obviously, however the clubs are run and stuff. What I didn't do, actually, is clear the debts. I thought we'd leave the debts in there. They got Tycoon Takeovers. Let them deal with that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's down to us. We give ourselves a little bit of a disadvantage here. So you got £65 million. I got £70-odd million. We did play each other. So you get a point for finishing higher. But we did play each other once. And I beat you. Strand Larsen. One of his only 3 goals was against you when you come to Molyneux. By the way, I love it when I'm watching a game of live football and Wolves are at home.
Yeah, I think it's a lovely stadium.
Underrated audience, crowd.
Definitely, yeah. You said that before about the
underrated crowd.
Yeah, the Wolves fans, yeah, they are very good, aren't they?
So I do enjoy a good Wolves fixture. So that's 1 point each after the first season. Let's see who we bring in season 2. Okay then, season number 2. I sold a couple of players, managed to bring in £22 million extra. Didn't necessarily spend a lot, but I did bring in Ibrahim Sangare to begin with. So from Nottingham Forest, £45 million. Didn't really play as much, I think, as what he hoped. He was 6 starts, 8 off the bench in the second half of last season. So I felt like I really needed a good, strong centre defensive midfielder, and he comes in. He's really good. And I've always liked him, to be fair, even when he was at PSV. En-Nesyri from Fenerbahce needed a good striker. Strand Larsen was okay, but he was only on loan. Could have activated his release clause, but when I can just pay an extra little bit more, I think getting a better player in En-Nesyri, who has yet to score for me. But he did get 11 in the 15 since when we were actually simulating there. Then a couple of more players coming in. Now, per player, I didn't spend a lot, but I did bring in a fair amount. Because I also sold another £18 million here. Bellegarde went. There's a couple of players who went for £4 million. They were on loans. We've got Kevin Danso at the back. My third centre-back signing. Right-footed, Austrian, big, strong defender with some pace. 16 for pace. Great natural fitness too.
Very good.
So I like him. From Lens, £25 million. I think that's a cracking signing. Then we've got Mateus Oliveira. Just a little bit of options now for Aitnori or Oliveira. Another attacking wing-back, because I'm kind of sticking with that attacking wing-back on the left-hand side. On the right, though, we've gone a little bit silly because we've gone 3 in centre defensive midfield. We've gone with Cunha in behind En-Nesyri, Sarabia coming from that right, but we are attacking down the left. So Foyth now as like sort of an inverted full-back, kind of acts as a third centre-back / right-back instead of just one or the other. So I'm happy for that, to be fair, though. So let's have a look at yours then, Dad. You spent about £100 million because you sold another 40. So Beto and Dwight McNeil actually went out.
Yeah.
I was shocked by that sale. Beto, not so much, because
Beto's just not. He's not performed as he at all, even in real life. So, but Dwight McNeil, yeah, I mean, I thought I was getting good money for him, really. I'm not going to play that position. I haven't got plans to, so I thought it was just good money to get in if I don't feel that I'm going to play that position in the future, I think. So,
all right.
He was wanted now, so I got rid of him now.
And then you go and play with left wingers.
Yeah, I did. I've just said no. And then just let me finish.
Plays that position.
Just let me finish. My plan is not to play this position, but for now, Gomez is better than I felt that he was, so I'm playing it now.
Dwight McNeil is the player that always, whenever I'm Everton, persuades me to go to like a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Because he's so good in that role. But, okay.
My plans are a bit further forward than that. Yeah, I mean, we all know what my plan is going to be. So, but just not
by
yet.
6 goalies?
I haven't bought one yet. I will say yet.
All right, so Erkan Kürçü has joined from Benfica.
I always find this guy is a very good attacking midfield player.
Yeah.
And he will score goals for me. So 23, I do like this guy as well. So whenever I can get this guy, I'll get him in.
Okay, £35 million was spent. Then we got 3 more coming in, which total for another £93 million. Callum Muendu from the Rats.
You just know when you go to Rennes, you can just get a decent player because they're a decent team.
Yeah, because nobody wants
a
to
really
play
good
for
team. And, that's why a lot of us like going to
Welcome
Rennes.
everybody who are Celtic fans to the Rennes Hate Club. Nice of you all to join me. To the Furuhashi deal went through. The amount of Celtic fans who contacted me, it warmed my heart. It really did.
He did, because it was the first thing he told me when I came out here. So, yeah.
It was great.
It's a good sign. I mean, he's definitely a replacement for Beto. So,
yeah.
And this is sort of... I'm moving for next season, I think, to get myself ready.
Salisu, £20 million. Used to play in the Premier League, of course, with Southampton. Then moved to Monaco. But he brought him back.
Good centre-back.
Left-footed as well.
Yeah, that's what I normally try and get. So he's going to be probably more reserve one, I would say.
Okay. Then we've got Fran Garcia's final signing from Real Madrid. £8.5 million is a cracking deal for a decent left-back. Good physicals.
Yeah, he'll probably be the reserve left-back as well. So, but yeah, I'm glad I get him in.
Yeah, you got Mikalenko in there. He's very good.
I mean, I'm blessed really with the two wing backs that I've got are very good. So I don't think I'll be replacing them. All I need is just, if I get any injuries, just someone that can replace them in case they get injured. So
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what I've done there.
Now, you're actually third in the league as we are talking.
Yeah, I had a good start.
You had a
really
great
good
start. You've only just lost to the best team in the world, Manchester United. I don't get to say that very often. And I felt horrible saying it then because we've been terrible. But anyway, Leeds United, the first game, they came up. You beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
So that's a good start. Away to Norwich, playing all the easy teams that they get in. Look.
That's still 3 points in the bag, isn't it?
Francis Coquelin, the Arsenal player, scoring a goal there. And then 4-1 against Brentford.
That's a really good result.
That is a good result.
Yeah.
They've actually just signed, of course, in real life, Coyote, who is Football Manager Wonderkid, so that's good. And beat Rotherham as well in the second round of the Cup, going through. But next month, you've got Tottenham and Wolves in there. So how far along will you stay in that top 4, I wonder? In my schedule, I've had an okay start as well. We had a draw against Nottingham Forest after pinching one of their players. We beat Leeds United as well. We then drew to Norwich.
What were you saying about Norwich?
And then lost
all
against
the easy
them.
games?
But I did go away to Brentford and beat them.
Yeah, you got the result against Brentford, so you're all right.
Yeah, and then I've also got to play Tottenham and Man United and Everton in the next month. So it looks like I'm playing the fixture after you.
Does that mean, yeah.
So we'll have to see. So as things go very early on, we've managed to survive. Now it's kind of like part 2 of this rebuild. How far can we take these two clubs?
Yeah.
Can we get them into Champions League football? Can we even challenge for a title? Let's see how Season 2 plays out. No, I like you just the way you are, you sexy beast. But let's be real, there's always room for improvement when it comes to the grooming department. And Manscaped are here for you to help you love everything about the man that's looking back at you in the mirror. Introducing the Beard and Balls Bundle. Keep that winter beard sharp with the Beard Hedger, with its rotating dial for 20 different lengths, or with just one guard. Completely waterproof, and with that Manscaped signature skin-safe technology. So let's also wake up the old boy from its winter hibernation. Although before we do, a quick reminder that Manscaped allows you to have 20% off and free shipping when you use code OMEGA at manscaped.com. But yes, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, it cuts through the New Year's forest with ease and stays gentle around those delicate possessions. Featuring 2 skin-safe blade heads for a fresh start, whether your partner enjoys him with a bit of a tidy up or a completely smooth finish. Either way, they will appreciate the effort you've gone to give them a bit of a tidy up. So once again, join me and the other 11 million men around the world who use Manscaped products and revamp your grooming routine with the Beard and Balls Bundle. Head to manscaped.com, pick up the Beard and Balls Bundle and use code OMEGA at checkout to get yourself that 20% off and free shipping. You're welcome. Alright, Season 2, Dad. We've climbed up the table a bit.
Oh, I'm really pleased with that.
In the top half, which is great. And we both have European football next year.
That's good, isn't it?
Somehow I picked it up in 9th. But Manchester City have reclaimed the title. Everton, 7th place, Dad, in the Europa League next year, 65 points. I'm in the Europa Conference League with 57.
Both could have good chances there.
Absolutely. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 23 goals this season. And Nasiri managed to get 18. He's also up there for one of the highest average rating, as is Oliveira. So interesting stuff there in the player statistics. A lot of my players were in the yellow cards. That doesn't surprise me. But assist-wise, Angel Gomez, 16. Oliveira, 14.
Two good signings there for us
Yeah,
both. Yeah,
absolutely. So
I'm a bit disappointed with the clean sheets, mind you, that neither of us was in that.
Well, you had the second most goals in the across the season. I very much doubt you were anywhere near. Yeah, if you're looking at fewest conceded and most conceded, both of us weren't in there in the top 8. So that's probably the reason why we're not in any clean sheets or anything like that. But because Alisson got 24 and they still didn't win the league. Liverpool are jinxed on this by the looks of it.
Lost by a point. And they only lost 4 games there, and City lost 7.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Fully jinxed. They drew 11. Look how many 0-0s are in there.
You're one of them, one each as well.
Yeah, 1 each. God. Right, okay. So, we're on Wolves. Did I manage to win a cup? Maybe that's the reason why I'm playing in a European competition next season. No. 4th round by Manchester City.
I thought you did, really.
And then 2nd round by Norwich. Yeah. Damn. What about yourself, Dad? Maybe you're the reason I'm playing European football. No, you're not. Quarterfinal in both.
2 quarterfinals. City done me again in the cup.
Absolutely. So, unlucky there. 24 goals from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who played 34 games this season. Callum Wendu, new signing, got 14. Didn't play that many games starting, but he come off the bench quite a lot. And Mayoral, of course, was your signing last season, 13 goals there. Angel Gomez, of course, had the highest amount of assists, so he had a great season. As did Mikalenko, so it looks like most of your goals came down from that left-hand side.
Yeah,
I wonder how many Dwight McNeil would have got. We just never know.
No.
Anyway, let's have a look then at the transfer budget for Dad in season number 3. £61 million. It's not too bad. And for Wolves, £60 million. Again, very
quite
similar
close,
to what it is in both. So let's have a quick look at the points. Okay, season number 2. Luke got 0 points. Dad got 2 for a win and finishing higher, meaning the total points going into season number 3 is Omega Luke with 1 and Dad with 3. Well, Dad, Newcastle came in. They signed En-Nesyri on a release clause. £55 million. He had a release clause for club, in the Champions League. Newcastle activated that clause.
Still made a profit on though. So
I did make a profit, and I actually think I've signed a better striker.
Yeah.
So
he's got 18 goals for last season, so it's a big replacement, isn't it?
He did, but I also sold Guedes as well, £21 million, who was on loan in that first season, and I brought in Benjamin Sesko for 73, Only 23, quicker, strong, very good. We know about Benjamin Sesko now. I think he's fantastic. He's got 3 and 3 for me so far, so he's hit the ground running in the Premier League. He wasn't my only signings, though. I did bring in Renato Sanchez for £3.4 million. A little bit of a bargain pickup there, because, again, that Portuguese and Wolves link is a bit of a weird one, but
it is, yeah.
We're leaning into it. Here he comes. And then finally, I brought myself an ex-Arsenal player in Emile Smith-Rowe, £45 million, because Fulham got themselves relegated. So I've brought him in. I think he just fits the homegrown status. He plays a number of different positions. £45 million, I think is a good signing. And considering he was playing for a relegation side in midfield, and he got 9 goals last year, so it's not too bad. Emile Smith-Rowe, welcome to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and let's see what you can do for us at this club. Now, tactic-wise, I'm going to a 4-3-2-1. It's a Christmas tree type of formation. I have dabbled in it in the past. We've got 2 Segundo Volantes, a half-back in there, with the likes of Sangare, Andre, and João Gomez still in midfield. Of course, Renato Sanchez can help us out. Sesko now leads the line with Smith-Rowe and Cunha in behind. I think this is looking really good. So, Dad, what have you been up to? Well, Coquelin's gone, £1.8 million. Mopai's gone as well.
I don't like him.
Yeah, Cacaret has joined, £53 million.
Good midfield player. No, I'm sort of getting the players that I really need in midfield now. He's a good, strong midfield player, this guy.
Very well-rounded.
Yes.
Very good mental attributes.
And he plays in both the positions.
Yeah.
A defending midfielder as well as an attacking midfielder. So
Oscar joins on a free transfer.
Yeah, he'll just... I think this guy will probably be more of a reserve player more than anything. I don't think he'll get into my sort of starting 11, but good player to have in the reserves, I think.
Weston McKennie as well, free transfer.
Another good signing for the midfield. Get any injuries, this guy can come in, just take over as well, I think. So I'm getting a really strong midfield now. So I've got a good, strong defence. This is my midfield coming in now.
And then
to help me,
Pedro. Bit of an overspend, £34 million. I don't know about you guys. I want to be spending that on Pedro.
And you look at this guy, like, he's got dribbling 13, first touch 17, finishing 16, composure 15, and he's quick. Come on.
14's not quick.
That guy, what, he's quicker than me. That guy will score goals for me. Don't matter. The sort of the formation I'm going to play now, this guy will score goals for me.
Well, he's got 2 in 3 for you so far.
There we go, see? Yeah.
Wow. Good Lord. Pedro needs to calm down.
Straight away he started, look.
Now, you're rocking a 4-3-3.
Yeah, this is where I've gone to my 3 up front. Now, this is what I've been working for. I've got a sort of strong, really strong midfield now there, look. And my attacking force, they will score goals for me, those 3.
Okay. Very confident. Schedule then, let's have a look. Because they haven't scored that many at the start of the season. They beat Villa 4-0.
Yeah.
They scored a lot against Villa. But 3-0 lost to Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's an hard game. All right, Chelsea's and Arsenal, 2 top teams.
Yeah.
And I've lost to both of them. So
you had 10 men against Chelsea.
Yeah, so not a really good start, but fingers crossed I'll get better.
Now, Europa League fixture. Let's have a look at it. You've got a couple of tricky ones in there. Atalanta being
the middle 2.
main one.
Yeah, the middle 2.
Valencia, Marseille.
I would like to think I can still go through.
Yeah,
I think I've got a strong enough team. The only sort of worry I've got really is are my 2 attacking with 3 up front in the European leagues.
Yeah, because the games that you'd like to think should be winnable games are all away.
Yeah.
Stuttgart, Molde, Dinamo Zagreb, HJK. Those are the ones that, because they're away fixtures, you're like, they're awkward fixtures.
Yeah, I think if we were playing each game as you go, I think I would change my tactic for those games, but. No, we seem like right through, so I'll have 3 up front for every game.
Okay, let's have a look then. So I'm playing the Christmas tree, and I've started quite well. Now, I lost to Brighton, annoyingly, but I did draw to Liverpool with a last-minute winner after being 2-0 down. They must hate us. We have caused some trouble already at the start of this, haven't we? I had to qualify for the Europa Conference League, and I did so, beating them 9-1, Neftchi Baku. Beat Brentford again. That's another team that we seem to be beating quite often, 4-1. But I've only played 3 Premier League games, so 1-1, lost 1, drew 1. Let's have a look then at the Europa Conference League. I've got to go to Sheriff, so that's that famous team, obviously because of where they're from. They play in the Moldovan League, but not necessarily from Moldova. PAOK, Panathinaikos, Sarajevo's there, Rangers, of course, and then the Romanian side, Craiova. A couple of tricky fixtures. Obviously, you only play 6 in the Europa Conference League, but I definitely think I should be going through there. I think PAOK, Panathinaikos, the 2 Greek teams, might cause me a bit of trouble. And then, of course, Rangers is never going to be an easy fixture. So hopefully, I should be able to go through that.
I think you're all right. You've got Rangers at home, so
yeah,
you might be all right.
Okay, let's have a look then. So, European football, by the time we got to season number 3, can we keep this going? Can we keep going up the table instead of back down? Well, we have gone slightly back down. However, Dad, playing in the Champions League next year, and that is because a 7-1 win.
Get in
the Europa League final.
That's a hell of a win, isn't it? Play 3 up front.
Yeah, well, Pedro scored 4.
There we go. Good in, my son. You little beauty.
Out of all of those bloody players, he is the one that I really didn't want to be scoring. But there we go. We got 4 in the final. Assist-wise, Callum Wendu got 3 because he didn't score, but I noticed he had a 10 rating.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. 7-1 in that Europa League final. Big victory against Marseille. In the semi-final, you knocked out Stuttgart, of course, who you played in the group stage. 6-1 on aggregate there. Quarter-final, Chelsea. 0-0 first leg, 3-1 in the second. Round of 16, Ludogorets, 8-3 there. You played in the knockout playoff round. You defeated Molde in there, which meant in the league phase, just finishing 9th. Lost 3. Lost to Marseille 4-1.
They give you right hammering on.
At home as well.
Hey,
they tonked you at home.
You've got to win the most important games.
Yeah.
And the final is the most
That's
important.
That's not you're saying. No, that's not. No, what do you normally say? You got to win your own games.
You got to win your own games, yeah.
How many of those own games? You lost 3 of them there. You won 5 fixtures,
Terrible.
the 4 away ones, the ones that we were going, they're difficult.
I thought Valencia probably be my hardest game.
Honestly, what do we know? Really, everything we've said is completely gone opposite.
Except that Pedro was a good striker. I did say that.
Well, yeah, that was more of a hopeful guess, I reckon, because the amount that you spent on him. But there we go, fair enough. Other competitions, though, 5th round by Tottenham, quarter-final. by Newcastle. But let's go back to the Premier League, because obviously that's where we had to switch away from quickly because of that Europa League win and that Champions League qualification. 8th and 9th, Dad, very close to each other. Benjamin Sesko got 25 goals, just one short of Erling Haaland there. Callum Moendu also got 18. Again, we're not like powdering this with loads of players. The goals wise, you were the top scorers of the league with 79. I was down there in third. So your hope of obviously scoring the most goals has paid off there.
Yeah, you only win a game if you score a goal, can't you? So
yeah. How do we get on against each other? You lost against me there 3-1, and I lost against you 4-0.
That's fair enough. Huh?
So we were good.
Each, yeah,
we were good at home against each other, but not away. Okay, did I go on and win a cup? Probably not. How far did I get? Oh, semi-final by Rangers. Third round by Ipswich, fourth round by Reading. Those two are really disappointing, but this, 3-2.
One of the league bases, you beat them.
Yeah, they went on to win it as well. Look. They beat Maccabi Tel Aviv in the final. That's heartbreaking. How do I knock out AC Milan? Knocking at AC Milan, and you think, oh, this should be really easy now, all the way through. Nope, couldn't even get to the final. Knocked out the Polish side, Rakau, as well, so that was a good victory. Knockout playoff round, I wasn't in it, and that's because I won the league phase? No, finishing third. Bodo Glimt finished top with me and AC Milan.
Rangers finished 12th.
Yeah, they went on to win it. PAOK, I did draw against. They drew against Maccabi Tel Aviv at Milan. I was wondering who they did. Rangers beaten 4-1. Of course I did. Of course I did. 6-2 against Craiova was a good victory, and 4-0 against Sarajevo. But yeah, that's so annoying. You know what they say, don't you? Gotta win your important games. That's my new catchphrase. Goals wise, then, I feel like if I didn't have Benjamin Sesko, I'd have been screwed this season. Yeah. He got 36. Doesn't look like my attack. Actually, I'd say that's harsh. My attacking midfielder didn't score a lot, but they did quite well. Good amount of average rating, assists, and goals. But I don't mind that. I'll take that. Pablo Sarabia as well. There were 12 assists. So it ain't all bad. Transfer budget wise, £90 million next season. I'll take that.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wolves board man. Let's have a look at the Everton squad then. 32 goals from Callum Moendu, 30 from Pedro, and 28 from Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Hey, what a front three they are, eh?
Yeah. Worth every penny, Pedro. I told you he would be.
There you go, mate.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, of course I did. A lot of assists coming in, Dad, there from Fran Garcia, Nathan Patterson, and Mikolenko. There's 3 of your wing-backs there, getting a really good amount of assists.
Done well there, yeah.
12 or 13 each. And your transfer budget, £57 million to build a side good enough to survive in the Champions League.
That'll be hard.
Yeah. But can you do it? You've won the big points there. 5 points, of course, for winning the Europa League. So let's have a look at that point system now. Okay, so season number 3 points are Mega Luke with 1, Dad with 7, meaning the total points are Mega Luke with 2 and Dad with 10. Okay, just the 2 players in for each of our sides this summer.
Yeah.
This is the point that I like, where you just bring 1 or 2 players in just to shore up or improve a certain position. And I think I've done that with Jeremy Frimpong. Good right back, very good right back. Pacey. Can bomb down that right-hand side. Linked to a lot of different clubs. Of course, he came through Manchester City's youth academy, so he also has that homegrown status, which I like. But there we go. And Valentin Carboni. Now, he actually takes the position of Mateus Cunha, because Cunha on the game, of course, doesn't have as good as development as what possibly he is going to suggest he will have in the next couple of games. But Carboni does.
I mean, for 21.
And he's really good.
Oh, he's really good. Yeah.
£31 million. He was transfer listed from Inter Milan. I picked him up. I snatched that.
I think that is a bargain.
Really good. Now, it is the same shape, but it is a different tactic because there's different roles, and I've changed the instructions here. But remember, all of the tactics that we end up with, and some that we've played around with, will be there on the save game file, which you can pick up on patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming. Or if you become a channel member, and remember channel members, you can remember, you also get access to videos sometimes early before they would come out naturally on YouTube. That's just an extra perk of being a YouTube channel member. But on both of them, you get the save game file on the £5 tier, and you also help support Dad being here a couple of days a week.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yes, we thank you very much for your support, especially because now we're coming towards the end of that point where the game was delayed, and you guys have continued to support us all the way through that. There wasn't a drop-off. You helped us all the way through, and we do really appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Something we won't forget. This is, as I say, a different type of tactic. We've changed the player roles around. We've got shallow striker and an advanced attacking midfielder in there. Ball winner instead of a halfback. ball playing defenders instead of central defenders. So there are a few switch-ups. If we're looking at how it's began, it's not been great. But then you look at the teams we have played. We drew to Manchester United. We lost against the Europa League winners, Everton.
Ooh. Pedro scored.
And Pedro did score and then laughed at me as he ran past me in the touchline. We also lost away to Arsenal and at home in a very tight fixture where Erling Haaland scored a winner in the 92nd minute against Manchester City. So I'm not just like, I should be really worried. I'm okay. I'm calm. I think we should still be able to finish in the European spots next season. We don't have European football this season to distract us. So I'm kind of hoping that's fine. Now, Dad, let's have a look at what you've done. Now, you're still playing the same tactic.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the same tactic.
Yeah, very unlike you.
Yeah.
You also haven't bought a goalkeeper yet, so I'm a bit concerned, really. Jean-Paul Van Heck, £54 million
I needed the right-hand side centre defender. Probably not a lot better in the Premier League at the present moment than this guy, I think. So I thought it was a good price really to get him, so I've got him in.
Okay, and then the final signing you made was Danilo from Nottingham Forest, who actually got relegated last season. So there's a surprise. And Unai Emery's their manager. Like, what is going on in this database? So yeah, Danilo.
Yeah, I had a bit of money left over, and I just looked around to see what I could get for the money I'd left over. And this guy sort of like, I can get them in defensive midfielder, good one for sort of help the squad out, I think. Yeah. And he is really good. So
not
I'm
bad
pleased
for
with that.
23 million either.
Yeah.
So those are the two signings for Dad. We know the tactic as well. Schedule. Obviously, we also know that you played against me and beat me. You have played in the UEFA Super Cup, lost to Paris Saint-Germain, who won the Champions League. But what an opening fixture against Leicester.
Yeah, just remembered Leicester because what a game that is, isn't it? 5 each, the first game of the season. So, yeah, I'll take that.
Mental. Lost to Manchester City away from home. Erling Haaland got himself a brace. But stuffed Tottenham 4-1. Easy.
Yeah, at home, so I'm happy with that.
Let's have a look at the Champions League fixtures then. We've got Lyon. We've also got Tottenham again.
Yeah.
Nice and Atalanta, Inter Milan's in there. These are tricky games.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm a bit worried now because they are hard games as well. So I've got to win my own games. I've got the hard teams at home.
Important games.
Yeah, they're important games. Yeah, I've got the hard teams that play against. I've got them at home, so it gives me a little bit of a chance. Really, I feel.
Okay.
The last two games, Atletico Madrid though, so I don't know. The last game, I think I'll definitely win.
All right, well, Dad's took a bit of a head start here going into season number 4 with that Europa League win, the first trophy of the video. Can I match that? I need a trophy. A domestic one would be lovely. I think I'm already out of the league title after the bad start, but possibly a domestic trophy would do. Let's find out. Okay. I don't know how that's happened.
Get in. 10 points. 10
How has that happened?
Points.
All right, I'm signing Pedro on every rebuild going forward. 6 losses, 3 draws, 90 points. I seen Wolves and I was like, whoa, I've got Champions League football. And then I see where you are and my mouth almost hit the floor.
I love the 3 up front in the Premier League, mate.
Yeah. Benjamin Sesko got 27. We know Erling Haaland was scoring goals. He got 36 with the golden boot there. Pedro, 18. Of course he did. Callum Owendu got a 7.48 average rating, which was the second only behind Erling Haaland. Jordan Pickford, you said about
30.
the clean sheets.
Yeah.
Finally up there with clean sheets. You also had Callum Owendu, who had a lot of player of the matches, and he had 12 assists with James Garner. So really good assist-wise this season. Yeah. And I won't be surprised if second to highest most goals in the league. But you're up there this time for the fewest conceded. We both were, in fact, 4th and 5th. So that is the reason why you did so well, Dad. 6 losses, only 1 home fixture against Liverpool. But I think the Everton fans won't be too mad.
They won't win the league.
You gave them a victory.
If you're going to lose one game, that's the one game they don't want to lose.
No, yeah.
But they'll take that one in the league, though.
They've got a Premier League title.
I mean, where did Liverpool finish?
Liverpool
finished 8th.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
they're laughing at them. You also drew 3 fixtures against Arsenal and Leicester, which means you beat me twice as well. So you gained 4 points winning the league and 2 points for beating me in both games. That's a 6-point turnaround right there. That is heartbreaking. I need to win something now. Have I done so? No. Quarter-final by Manchester United, 5th round by Leeds. It is a very bad season for me, despite actually being quite a good season for Wolves. Yeah. So 30 goals from Benjamin Sesko was the highlight. They did really well. Even Cunha did quite well as well. And I've got 92 million to spend next season. That's good, but I've got a lot of points to catch up on. Now, Dad, you're obviously in other competitions. Didn't. Oh, FA Cup semi-final.
Man City again.
Now, in the round of 16, you lost 5-0 in the second leg after beating them 3-0.
I beat them 3-0 on their pitch.
Yeah.
And lost 5-0 at home to get knocked out.
God, knockout player advantage playing that? No, which meant actually you went in the top 8. 5 wins.
Yeah.
Beat Nice 4-0, Atalanta 4-2, Inter 4-1, Spurs, that was a bit of a slip up.
Only just lost a couple of those games.
Yeah, only 1-0. Real Madrid
Pleased
went on
with
to win it. Semi-final against Manchester City, 6-3 after extra time there.
Hey, entertaining coming towards Everton, isn't it?
Very entertaining, yeah, at their new stadium. So, got to be happy with that, Dad.
I'm overwhelmed with that sort of season. Yeah, very good.
Look who's your top scorer, Pedro. Start signing him. You can see what you can do.
That 30-odd million I spent on him seems to be a good buy now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it don't seem too bad. He's worth £87 million now. Callum Muendu's also had a great season as well, 26 and 16. A lot of assists again by Churchill. Mikalenko, 22 from James Garner. And you got £71 million with a good wage budget as well to spend next season. But let's have a look at the points. Okay, season 4 points is very bleak for Omega Luke with 0. And Dad has 6, which means the total points now is Omega Luke with 2 and Dad with 16. Alright, I need to win some points back. We got Mateus Oliveira leaving for £33 million. Last season I didn't actually address it, but Tap Silver went for £52 million on deadline day. Really annoying stuff.
You can't do nothing then, can you?
No, but the players I have brought in, we've got a couple of free transfers as well as some money being spent, 103 in total there. So Alexander from Al Ali, free transfer, only 23 years of age, adds to my other 2 Brazilian centre defensive midfielders that are coming in. He's a good backup for him. Dia from Salernitana, really just pacey frontman as a Benjamin Sesko kind of backup. I needed a new goalkeeper. Jose Sa has left the club on a free transfer, so Mads Hermansson has been signed there from Leicester, £28 million. Then we got 30 Caglioglu from Brighton, who got relegated with Brentford, funny enough, so £26 million for him. He's good on both full-back positions. Really good signing that is. And then finally, Jan Orel Bissek from Eintracht Frankfurt, £48 million. A great centre-back who is obviously going to be replacing Tapsoba, who left the club. So, some big signings coming in. How has it changed things? Well, I'm actually going to stick with the same tactic. And my reason for it is if you take away what Dad actually did, my Wolves season was actually quite good. And all I've actually done is improve the team.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that we just have a better season and a little bit more luck compared to what you had. What you had last season, I hope I get. Basically. So, let's have a look to see what you've done, Dad, because again, you're finally listening. I don't know how many times I've said to you, if you get that much money, Dad, don't go spending it on 14 different players. Just bring in a couple of good ones. And you've done that. Florian Wirtz for £90 million.
Don't think I'd have to say anything really. You just got to look at it and think, wow, what a player, aren't you? And he'll play in the attacking midfield or advanced playmaker for me.
I know the first thing you'd have said to him.
What?
Change your hair.
Yeah, don't look at his hairstyle.
Then we've also got Christopher Ayer from Brentford. Again, they were relegated.
Yeah.
For a really cheap cost, that's because you're just spending the rest of your
I just wanted to spend the rest of the transfer money, and I just felt, right, if I get an injury in defence, this guy...
Or centre defensive midfield.
And, play the sort of right with the spine, as I always call it, the sort of middle, right. So I was pleased with this signing as well. So I'm not going to change the tactic. I'd be very silly if I did, so I'm not. And what I'm going to say is, well, did I sign a goalkeeper? No, I didn't.
The whole rebuild?
I didn't have to.
Not
I had Jordan
goalkeeper.
Pickford. What would I buy another keeper for when I got Jordan Pickford?
It's only taken 16 months of this game cycle before he's finally worked out how to play the game.
When you got one of the best keepers in, you just leave it alone, don't you? So I did. I left it alone.
Questionable. That's going to cause some controversy.
And I felt really it was a good transfer windows. I had about 3 good transfer windows, which I strengthened mainly the midfield. I got a couple of good players up front, but I felt my midfield was where I put all my strength and a lot of my money into. And I think it paid off last season. I'm hoping it's going to pay off this season and walk away with this.
All right, well, you started off very well. You lost to Leicester and drew to Bournemouth, but beat Southampton, beat Manchester City in the Community Shield, defeated Palace, and defeated Crewe Alexander.
I mean, apart from the Man City game, I haven't really played anybody big that's, causes
No.
problems. So I'm not going to say too much at the moment. So it was a good result against Man City Charity Shield, but that's a friendly type of game. I always call that.
That's why we don't count it in terms of points. But Champions League fixtures, you got Newcastle as your first game. That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Some in the same country. Yeah. Bayern Munich's obviously a difficult one in there. Ajax and Inter Milan to end things off, though.
3 hard teams there, I feel. The rest of them, I feel, are quite capable of winning.
Timid one, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed if I don't go through with that quite comfortably, really.
Okay, let's have a look then and see how I've been getting on, because guess who's got 2 thumbs and currently sitting top of the league? This guy. Now, Sunderland was the first fixture. 5-1, great win. Drew to Tottenham. That's a bad result. But then, away to Manchester City. João Gomez with the only goal of the game. Defeating Newcastle.
Another good result.
4-2. And then had to knock Spurs out of the cup as well. Of course, I've got Champions League fixtures as well. Let's see how I can do in this competition, because I think the only way I can really win this is if I win the league and Champions League or Dad gets sacked. That's really what I'm hoping for. Midtjylland, Monaco, Roma, Arsenal. That's kind of an easy run as well, I think. I mean, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Roma to some extent, depending on how well they've been doing. We are 5 years into the future. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. I don't know. I think I should be able to go through that as well. All right, so 5th and final season. I've got some catching up to do. Dad has well and truly wiped the floor with me in this rebuild after, to be fair, if we're going on recent form, not being at the races for a while.
No, I've struggled the last few weeks, haven't I?
Yeah, so it's good
nice
to see you back.
It's nice to sort of not signing keepers has done it.
Nice to know you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I have really struggled the last couple of weeks, haven't I?
You have.
Yeah.
But I think this one could be well and truly in the bag for you unless I pull off a miracle. So let's find out. Well, that final season, I did finish above you, but I could not lift the league title.
Really disappointed. 66 points when I got 90 points last season. That is really bad.
I was 5 points off the top there. Arsenal ran away with it in the end. I lost way too many games. Lost against you as well. So that point that I just gained for finishing above you, you gained right back. You lost 8 games, which meant
drew 12.
None of them was against me. You drew against me 2 all away from home. That is so disappointing. Benjamin Sesko got 21. Calvert-Lewin got 17 as well.
Time he come through it.
Yeah, he's popped back up there. What I am interested to see, though, past positions, because obviously I started top of the league. Oh, I threw that away.
Oh.
That is sad to see.
Oh, dear.
That is sad to see. I was top for 3
quarters of the season,
yeah. Close to that. I'd say 2/3 of the season I was top of the league and could not get it over the line. And that's going to be the difference in this rebuild, I think. But considering where we both started, to where both of our teams ended, I think we can be happy with that in the Premier League for sure. But where does it end in the Cups? I still have yet to pick up a trophy, and it remains that way. Manchester United knocked me out of the Carabao Cup. Spurs knocked me out of the FA Cup. Of course, it was those 2 teams. And Real Madrid in the Champions League, of course. Those 3 sides popping up.
What can you do?
Yeah, and now you were also knocked out of that competition in the same area. Inter Milan and Real Madrid, knocking us both out of the round of 16. The knockout playoff round we've also both played in. You were eliminating Leipzig. I was eliminating Manchester City.
Big
some
result there.
interesting fixtures going on there. You finished in 10th place, Dad, in the Champions League. Lost 2 to Inter and Newcastle. Ajax and Dinamo draw. 4 wins. Some good wins as well. Beat Bayern Munich.
So I qualified quite comfortably, so I'm pleased with that. But, disappointed with the end, though.
3 losses for me. Benfica, Arsenal and Monaco. Drew
Monaco
2
was
games.
a surprise one.
Yeah. Roma and Atletico Madrid. 1-3. The 3 that I probably should have been expected to win. Let's see though, Dad. Did you win any of the cups in the end? No. West Brom and Bournemouth, the 2 teams that eliminated you. 23 goals for Calvert-Lewin, 20 for Pedro. It was a good season, really, considering, obviously, I couldn't manage to pick up anything. 30 goals for Sesko. Cunha got 20, so that's good. I'm glad he did quite well, and he stuck around. Emil Smith-Rowe did all right as well. Final time, then. Let's look at the points and crown Dad as champion. Season 5, then Omega Luke with 1 point, and Dad with 1 point, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 3 and Dad with 17. Well, there you have it, Dad. 17-3. An absolute
I'm back.
battering in this. And I did enjoy it still, despite obviously getting battered, because in terms of the rebuild, we did quite well.
Yeah, we both done well there.
I like the squad I built.
Yeah.
Just couldn't beat, your, that third and fourth season, winning the Europa League, winning the league.
Yeah, 2 good seasons there.
There we go. That's the way the cookie crumbles in these rebuilds. Keep your suggestions coming through. Make sure you're checking out the Patreon or the YouTube channel membership page if you're looking for the save game file, because I'm guessing quite a lot of you will now want Omega Dad's Everton tactic of the 4-3-3. You can get that on the YouTube channel membership page or the Patreon and help support us at the same time in doing so, as well as all the other save game files that we are doing. Thank you very much for watching. Why not check out this video, because it's episode 1 of when Dad and I are racing to the Scottish Premier League, starting in the 3rd tier. It's a cracking series that we've started and it isn't finished yet, so get yourself caught up.